This first example is your traditional way to boost a signal. It's basically going through a clean amp, and I have the boost at around 9 o'clock. I'm using a Strat with your traditional single coil pickups, and the point here is to just hear myself just a bit more. Depending on the song, sometimes the volume that you're at, like let's say this over here, that might be enough for, let's say, the verse, but as you get to the chorus, perhaps you still have to remain on a clean tone, but now the band has just amped up everything and you need to be heard. This is a great way to do it. So let's have a listen to the difference between boosting just a little bit without introducing too much distortion hitting the front end of the amp. So the second use for a boost is, let's say you have your favorite pedal. It could be a blues driver, something like a Timmy, something that's more light to medium overdrive, but you want to get more gain out of this particular pedal. One great way to do it is to introduce more volume going into your favorite overdrive. That way, instead of being louder, you're getting more gain. And this is a great way to do it, especially if you want to play lead, but you don't want to change your core tone. You just want to get more sustain and a bit more grit out of it. It's a great way to do it. So we're going to be using the daily driver with the single coils again. And this particular guitar doesn't hit the pedal so hard. So I'm going to be using the boost to get more gain. So let's start with the core tone from the daily driver. Just like the previous example, we're going to be boosting the front end of another pedal. This time it is the Ratatouille, which is based on a Proco Rat. It's a completely different circuit. It's a completely different circuit. It's based on the daily driver, but just with way more gain. And we're going to be using it for a rhythm, but then if I want to kick into a lead, and I am not much of a lead player, then I'm going to be using the boost. So let's have a listen. It's going to get noisy because it's quite loud in here, and I have a fan going, and it's a small room, so please forgive any noise that you hear. It's just, you know, par for the course. So. Now I switched amps over to the 5150 combo. I'm going to be using the boost just to get a bit more grit. So the way I have it set is more of a dad rock, classic rock kind of thing. Because if I go with way too much gain here and I throw a boost in front, all it's going to do is just squish the tone and I'm not going to get any articulation out of it. So with the current sound, So what if you don't want to get more gain from your amp? What if you just want to get that volume boost? Sending more volume to the front of your already overdriven amp might not give you the boost in volume that you want. It might just change the overall tone by giving you more distortion. So given that your amp has an effects loop, you can use the boost right in there. You don't have to go over the top. You can just boost by, you know, maybe like on here I have it at around 9 o'clock, which gives me a significant volume boost, which is great for leads, which is also great if you are wanting quieter parts for verses and get louder for the chorus. This is a great way to do it. So what we're going to do now is just use the effects loop with the boost, and I'm just going to show you the difference in volume that you get with an amp like that. What if I send the boost into the compressor and get the compressor to clip more? That's going to give me a very different tone. So it's going to sound more like the Vox, but more like a cranked up Vox. So let's listen to just the compressor on its own. Now I'm going to send the boost into the compressor. So that's another cool way to use it. Now, not all compressors will clip like this, but if you have a good compressor and you put a good clean boost in front of it, you may get some very similar results. So definitely try that. If you enjoyed the video, I have plenty more like it appearing on screen right now, and I have other demos of Shnobel Tone pedals. So click on one of those, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.